Hey, let's talk about The Coven of Hell by writer Ricardo Barrio and artist Ignacia Noe, who has a very fairly popular and well-known style, which I've seen in quite a few places. It's a 1998 erotic graphic novel, 64 pages long. I've just come from reading one of Serpio's Druna books, number three, Creatura, and this was kind of a good breath of fresh air from that. In that story, it started in the middle of the story, kind of meandered, didn't go anywhere, had super wordy dialogue, beautiful art, but just did not like to this, which is concise, a story, very simple story, but a very efficient story, kind of for its delivery system of, or what's basically erotic images. Um, it is a simple story. There's a nunnery, a convent where there's a whole bunch of repressed, sadistic, horny nuns, and that is not a baguette that she is holding. Let's put it that way. And that's before they find a door which lets in a demon devil creature, goat creature, who is very well hung. It is and thus the whole place kind of falls into an orgiastic thing, orgiastic scene, sort of like the devils in, if you know your movie references. So yes, it's, maybe the story is a little too simple. It seems to kind of just stop like, oh, and now it's over, where he's expecting like maybe one more twist. But I think to argue about the story is besides the point. It has a skeleton of a story. At the end, the troops come in. You won't. It's kind of hilarious. What gets consecrated, what gets blessed, and it's not their rifles. Well, it is sort of their rifles, but it is. Um, it is the artwork. Is obviously it's the true style of it. I've been careful to just select images that are not the pornographic. I found the 3 pages that don't have something pornographic in them, but it's very creamy and fleshy and sensual. The artwork, it kind of this kind of very painterly but still kind of a little bit cartoony style, which I really enjoy. There's the devil creature, which I can't show, is appropriately kind of horrific. There's penis tentacles. There's soul sucking, where the spigot that gets sucked is the appropriate one for an erotic novel, porn novel like this. There is a scene with a cherub, which is basically a naked winged boy, which was disturbing, and is probably one of the ones you kind of go, this probably wouldn't get done today, because I think that would kind of be like, that was the, like, okay, let's go by that, because that was disturbing, and not in a fun sort of way. Um, but it is horny, sinful nuns, which are, I guess, a cliche for a reason. You know, that thing of kind of a twisted psyche of women forced to live without men is very much maybe kind of a dude idea of like, oh, if women didn't have men around to kind of sexually satisfy them, what would happen? Which, someone, a different imagination might be thinking like, ah, lesbian paradise might be the result. So, you know, it is of its time. It probably got more kind of heat for being for kind of its go making kind of broad slaps against the church of, like, saying, like, nuns, far from being kind of angelic, kind of servants of God, are much more the kind of twisted kind of things. And, like, how the male patriarchy kind of treats them, I suppose. I mean, really, it's gorgeously packaged with Noe's art. Off, and his Noe seems to really like the demonic. Maybe it's a very kind of Catholic imagination. It's like, if you want real demons, you go to the Catholics. very Catholic porn, I guess. So it's like I came to this from looking at reading Druna Creatura, and whereas like that was going for some kind of sci-fi dream horror thing, but it was probably trying to go for something deeper. But in some ways I just think it's like it was an inferior delivery system, you know, for gorgeous female bodies and hot sexual situations. I think the that is much better accomplished by the Convent of Hell than it was by Druno. Even though Druna, I Druna is like it was the contemptible thing of of pretending to be something higher when actually if they're honest, they're doing more the Convent of Hell in space. That idea. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this particular graphic novel piece of art. The art, definitely like you look at kind of the faces and the drapery, that kind of the details on that door that gets discovered. Here's if I can point it the right way. It is um it is a fun book, an erotic book, and gotta enjoy that. All right, I'll leave it there. More videos later.